Hey everyone, it's Sarah. I'm here today with some pretty straightforward strength training. We're going to be focusing on our back and our chest. You're going to need a variety of dumbbells and a mat. I'm also going to be using a bench today. If you have a bench, feel free to use a bench, either like a weight room bench or a bench like you would do step aerobics on. Either of those would be fine. If not, a mat is perfectly fine. Everything can be done on the floor. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so by clicking the link below. Set your notifications to on so you know every time there's a new video for you to do. So get your sweat towel, get your water bottle, let's get going. Are you ready for your chest and your back workout? It's going to be great. You need a variety of dumbbells, as I said before. You also need a mat. I'm using a bench today, as you can see. If you don't have a bench, don't worry about it. You could use just your mat. Everything works just right on a mat. I just chose to use the bench today. Or you could use one of the benches like you use for step aerobics class. Those work well too. Okay, so let's get going. Let's get the upper body warmed up here. We're not going to be doing any leg things today, but we're probably going to use our legs here just a second to help get some blood flow into our big muscle groups. Let's bring your arms up overhead. I'm glad you chose to do this workout with me today. A focused workout on chest and back. Should take us about 30 minutes. I always say that and then it ends up being more, but I think I have this one correct. It'll be 30 minutes. I did a core video a couple days ago and it was a 20-minute workout on your core, but by the time I added the intro of warming up and the exit of cooling down, it ended up being a 30-minute video, but it was actually just 20 minutes of core work, but I always forget to add that part in. Let's go squats. Lower and lift. Keep the chest lifted. All right, and heels up to the butt. We're going to use my same format that I like using for a lot of things, the 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. It gives you adequate rest time, but not so much that you're wasting a lot of time. And 40 seconds of work is a good amount of time to get a decent amount of repetitions in. Let's roll the shoulders back without having to worry about counting repetitions. I, might do my repetitions quicker than you or slower than you. So it works best in this format. I have found to use a timer or a clock instead of a number of repetitions. Let's come on out wide. Nice chest stretch. We're going to be doing a lot of chest work today. And a lot of back work, some low back work, and some upper and mid back work. Let's put the thumbs down, press the hands back. As you push the hands back, you want to lift the chest, and then we're going to bring your arms around, clasp your fingers, palms out, and round the back. So you feel that stretch across your upper back muscles and mid back muscles, kind of hollowing the body out. Let's go back to the stretch, thumbs down, chest lifted. And one more, hollowed out. Okay, let's go ahead and get going. I'm going to start today with a push-up. A very basic, staple exercise for chest muscles. Doesn't require any weight. We're going to choose the wider push-up, so hands under the shoulders or slightly wider than the shoulders, actually wider than the shoulders today. And the tricep push-up moves the elbows narrow along the torso. We're going to move out away from the torso. So I'm going to start my timer. We're going to go 40 seconds. Timer never wants to work when I want it to. We got 10 seconds to set up here. So my hands are a little bit wider than my shoulders. And I'm just gonna come down. I'm starting today on my knees because we didn't really do any warm-ups or any push-ups in the warm-up. So I'm gonna do a few on my knees. And when I get to about 20 seconds left, which is about right now, I'm gonna go ahead and come up on my toes, trying to keep my neck in that neutral position, trying to drop my chest down, level with my elbow, or the bend in my elbow. And I prefer my legs to be slightly apart. All right. Our next exercise is a bird dog. We're gonna do one dumbbell, lightweight. So you put the dumbbell in your right hand and you're gonna lift your left leg at the same time. It looks like this. On my knees, lift and lower. Are you ready? Let's go. We're gonna stay on one side. You go at your pace. So the dumbbell comes up shoulder height and the foot comes up about hip height. Lifting up and lower. Up and lower. You got 15 seconds left. And then we're gonna stay right here because we're going to do the other side. All right, so you're going right arm, left leg. We stop there. We move to the other side. Your hand that is the stable arm, the shoulder should be right over the hand. You get your dumbbell ready. You got 5 seconds. Get your knees right up underneath your hips. And let's go. This time, remember again, opposite leg to arm. Bring in that shoulder height with the dumbbell, hip height with the leg. Right. Now, I've got 2 exercises in each set today. And we're going to do those 2 times each before we move on. Seconds. Got to keep your core braced, your body really steady. Nice. All right. Let's roll the shoulders out. You have 15 more seconds to rest. We're going to go back to push-ups. Start out on your knees this time. If you need to, before the 40 seconds is done, if you need to go down to, or start out on your toes. If you need to go down your knees, do so. Let's go. Looking good. Keep your tummy pulled in. Keep your butt low. You got 15 seconds. Chest coming down, level with the elbows. 2 seconds. All right. Nice job. Take a nice deep breath. Let's stretch that chest just a bit. We're gonna go back to the bird dog, which works, it's a back exercise. So works a little in the low back. 1 dumbbell, opposite arm to leg. Making sure that you're not trying to kick up too high on the leg, that you're not bringing the dumbbell up too high in the front. You have 15 seconds. Keep that neck in a neutral position. Five seconds. Nice. All right, we're gonna do one more side here, and then we'll move on to 2 more exercises. Take Take a deep breath. Let's get in position. We got another side to do. Shoulder right over the hand. Knees right under the hips. And we go. Keep yourself really stable. Try not to lift on the side, but keep your pelvis facing the floor. You have 12 seconds left. It's not much. Good, good, good. Almost there. Perfect. All right. Take a deep breath. As we switch now to our next two exercises, we're going to take 10 extra seconds, so 30 seconds total rest, and we'll be ready to hit the next ones. We got two more exercises coming up here. Chest press, which we're going to do with your heavier of your set of dumbbells. I'm going to use my 20s today. And then we also have our narrow row, which let's go ahead and get the weight set up for that. Narrow row looks like this, tipping forward from here to here. So palms towards the knees, palms towards the sides, elbows tucked in tight. So I'm going to use this for my narrow and this for my chest. I'll start that timer. Whoops. Let's go. All right, so from the sides of the chest, up and towards one another. So if you're doing this on the floor, you want to keep your upper arms from letting the weight transfer to the floor. So as soon as you feel the skin of your upper arm, if you're lying on the floor, touch the mat, then you go ahead and start pushing them back up so that you keep the tension in your chest the entire time. We got 5 more seconds. All right, perfect. Come on up carefully. And then we come on up and get in position for our narrow row. Starting with the palms towards the knee, tucking in, rotating that little quarter turn as you lift. Are you ready? So we bend the knees, hinge forward 45 degrees, and pull. Now, as you pull, kind of see where my weights end, right at my sides. I feel like I'm pinching my shoulder blades towards one another in the back. I got my core brace to support my back in this bent forward position. Good. Next time you do this, you can evaluate the weight that you chose this time and make adjustments so that you continue challenging yourself. So make sure, nice work, that you're getting the most of that, of each workout by pushing yourself a little bit outside your comfort zone. That's where you see the most progress. Just kind of outside the comfort box. Let's get ready. All right, right here. I almost fell off my bench. That would have been really funny. Keep on pushing up. Now, if you can learn to do this while keeping your grip fairly relaxed, that's a good thing. All right? Over gripping tires out the arm. What we're focusing on here is the chest muscles. Almost there. Good job. Okay, now one more row. Coming back to this other set of dumbbells. So tip forward. From here this time. Hinging forward from the hip. Palms face the knees and tuck it in. All right, so I don't lift back. Keep my body really stationary. Upper back. Think about where you're working. Upper back. Upper and mid back, really. Pinching as you come up. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Good, you have 15 seconds. You can do it. Then we'll take 30 seconds and move on to our next two exercises. Perfect. All right. So 30 seconds of rest. If you hear a beep, ignore it. We're going to do 10 extra seconds. You're going to need exercise weight for 2 different exercises. All right. We're going to do chest fly. So it's going to be a lighter weight than what you use for your chest press, probably by half, maybe not quite half for some of you. And then we're going to use the wide row. So we just did narrow row here. We're going to do wide row here, all right? So that also is going to require a little lighter dumbbell, and that looks like this. Okay, I'm going to get those there. I'm going to come over here. Remember that the chest fly is elbows slightly bent, coming outward, movement from the shoulders. So my elbows never really move. They stay fixed in position, and from here, I come wide, right? Just to the level of the chest or right at the shoulder. Let's go. Fixed in position with the elbow, arms come wide. You feel that stretch across the chest. Keep your tummy pulled in, your low back pressed down to your mat or your bench, depending upon what you're using. 15 seconds. Good, good, almost there. Keep them coming out wide. Nice, all right. From there, the wide row. So, 2 dumbbells, coming up wide. Still bent over in that same 45 degrees that we were before. Knees bent, body hinged forward, palms face the knees, but this time, they come straight up. Like you're forming a U with your arms. Still got to think about pinching those shoulder blades together. The work is a little different in this one because you don't have that kind of big squeeze that you can feel when you're coming up narrow. But still awesome exercise, but you need to focus. Focus on where you're working. That's kind of a true thing for all weight training exercises. Focus on the muscle group that is meaning to be the main mover. You can focus, it all helps you to get the most out of the exercise. Come on down, plate weights or dumbbells for your chest fly. We start here, elbows slightly bent, movement from the shoulder, bringing those dumbbells down about chest or shoulder height. So you might think, if I'm in a bench, why do I stop there? The risk to the shoulder rises once you drop past the level of the shoulder with that dumbbell. So if I come here, my shoulder risk rises and outweighs the benefit of the exercise. So I want to try to keep it in the safest place, but get the most benefit from the exercise. There you go. Perfect. All right. We got one more wide row. That one was a tongue twister for me for some reason. Wide row. All right. So we got about 7 seconds left. We're going to pick up those dumbbells for your second set of wide row. Knees bent, palms face the knees, and then we lift. Good. Try to keep your body really steady. So not this, okay? My body is really steady. My arms are doing all the work. Good. You got 20 seconds left, so you're halfway there. Gotta really focus as you start getting more tired that you stay really steady and you think about where your work's coming from. Because your body is getting tired, it wants to help with all the other different muscle groups by pulling other ways. All right, so 30 seconds here or somewhere thereabout. And we go on to 2 new exercises. Our next 2 exercises are the pullover and the bent over back fly. All right, so what we're gonna do here is I'm going to use the same weight that I used for my chest fly. On my second set, I may make an adjustment there, but I think this will be a good weight. Looks like this. Watch closely. I come down here, narrow along my torso to here. From here, my elbows stay fixed in position. My shoulder joints rotate the plate weights back to the sides of my head where my elbows are pointed to the ceiling. Back in here, and then my elbows moves again. All right, so fixed elbow, moving elbow. Let's go. Grab those plate weights. Elbows down, rotate back. And once again, you keep the weight, if you're on the floor, you keep that weight engaged. Keep your muscles engaged by not letting the weight transfer to the floor, but keeping it just hovering above the floor. If you're using a bench, or if you are on the floor and that bothers your low back because you arch, go ahead and pull your legs in a little closer so that you can keep your low back down. Almost there. Perfect. Coming up. All right, our second exercise is a bent over fly, and I'm going to use a light weight for that. I have an 8-pound dumbbell. I have these handy little magnets I can put on my lighter weight dumbbells. I'm going to lean forward, palms face one another, and arms come out wide. So kind of what we were doing for the chest fly, only in the reverse. Here. Once again, those arms coming up, shoulder height, keeping your body really steady, keeping your neck forward, your head facing the ground, face looking at the floor. Trying not to turn your neck as you lift, because you can pull muscles in your neck like that. You don't want that. Perfect. All right, sit those right back down. I don't know how I'm getting so dirty, but I am. All right, one more. Pull over. I really like this exercise. I'm gonna stay with this lighter weight because I can focus a lot better on the form. I'm gonna put my feet up, tuck in, rotate back. Now, as you rotate back, you'll notice something. You feel that in your core. That's a good thing, right? So really tighten up in the core, because the core stabilizes you here. As you bring that heavy weight, or heavier weight, back, as you rotate it back, but you want to keep your low back down, the core has to use all of its strength to kind of keep you engaged and keep you stable. Elbows tuck in, rotate back from your shoulder. You're almost there. Perfect. All right. We got one more of the bent over fly. Reverse fly. Working upper back, a little in the mid back, And you work your rear shoulder with this also. It's kind of hard to avoid shoulder work. Here we go. Making sure that you keep your body really steady. The elbows are fixed in position. All the movement's coming from the shoulder joint, just like when we did our chest fly, lying down on your back. You got about 15 seconds left. Make sure that you're not lifting up, but you're keeping yourself really steady, keeping that work in the rear shoulder and the upper back. You got 3 seconds. Nice. All right. So we move on to our final set. Well, 2 sets really, but we're going to begin with, actually I'll show you the exercises and then we'll get started. So we're going to begin with an upward fly. Palms out to the sides of the hips. From here, so I'm not here against my hip, I'm out away. So I'm creating kind of a V motion, V with my dumbbells and my body. From here, I'm going to lift straight up, straight arms, and the ends of the weights kind of meet one another, and they are at a little bit of an angle. Okay, so that's a standing upward fly. It works upper, mid-chest, and you also get a little secondary movers of biceps, triceps there for stabilization. And then we're also going to do a Superman, and I'll show you that as we get to it. So let's start this timer again for the final time. And let's go. Right here. Keeping the chest lifted, really bracing in that core. A lot of our strength exercises, while they focus on a particular muscle group like chest and back today, also utilize the core to stabilize the body so that you can do the exercise efficiently. You got 10 seconds. So you get a little core work in everything you do. Perfect. Nice. All right. Set those dumbbells off to the side and come on down on your mat for a Superman. Let's start in the position where your forehead is against your arms, and then I'll show you a little more challenging position. We're going to lift upper and lower at the same time. We hold for a count of 2. So 1, 2, hold, and down. 1, 2, and down. Just say that to yourself, and you'll get the timing right. If you'd like to make it just a little more challenging, extend the arms out. Now you really look like Superman. Making sure that chest, the shoulders are coming up. Working the entire posterior chain with this. Calves, hamstrings, butt, low back, all the way up into the mid-back. Relax. We got another set of those wide upward flies. Go ahead and grab those dumbbells. You got 10 seconds. Take a nice deep breath. Center yourself up. Dumbbells away from the hips. And we lift and pull towards one another, keeping the back tall. Okay. Looks like this from the side. Keeping that chest up, keeping the belly pulled in. Stopping right at the hip when you come back. So don't let the weight come down, and then lift with momentum, lift with purpose, okay? So stop it at the hip, initiate, begin the lift. Coming up around shoulder height. I sometimes get a little carried away and go above. All right, one more time. Superman, all right? Let's go, come on down here. Arms extended out. Or bent with the forehead against your hands. I'm gonna go with a little double hold. So up, hold, hold, and down. Try not to hold your breath too much on this one. It's kind of lends itself to holding your breath, as many strength exercises do. You kind of have to learn how to make yourself breathe through that urge to bear down. This is not a huge movement, but it certainly can be felt and is effective in strengthening. All right. Perfect job. All right, come on up here. You completed it. So let's go with a little cool down. How about we come on up to standing and roll those shoulders out and roll them forward. And now let's swing them forward and back. A nice big lift. This time on the way back, let's hold it there. Bring your right arm across. Stretch that rear shoulder. While our focus was not rear shoulder, certainly get a lot of rear shoulder work in the rowing exercises, with especially the wide row. Let's roll the shoulders out again. You're gonna feel a really big circle forward. Thanks for joining me today. Let's go with a chest stretch. Arms wide, chest lifted. And now, just like when we started, palms out, rounding the back, creating that curve in the back. And again, nice big chest lift, belly pulled in. And curved back. All right, roll the shoulders one more time. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. Click the little heart button underneath if you thought that this was a great workout and you enjoyed doing it. That way it indicates to someone else that they might like it too. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so by clicking the link below. Set your notifications to on so you know when a new workout is up for you. And you have a great day, no matter what time of day you've been doing this. I'll see you again soon. Bye.